Welcome to this new video where I am going to talk about this beautiful shallow aquascape. It was created by Radu. Radu's the chap on the right there, and the tank is situated in the marketing office at Tropica Aquarium Plants in Denmark, where I come most months to help out with various content creation, consulting, aquascaping, etc. It's a beautiful little tank, as you can see, and it's a real surprise that it's actually low tech. And when I say low tech, it has no CO2 injection. It houses some Corydoras albistatus and a load of cherry shrimp, and actually some what you would normally regard as demanding plants that are in Tropica's advanced category, such as Physidens, Fontanus moss and Proserpinnica palustris. And I think the success here just goes to show that plants don't necessarily read the rule books or don't necessarily behave like you may expect them to. And that's, I think, one of the most beautiful things about this hobby. It's absolutely full of surprises, and you can achieve great results, sometimes unexpected. Like I said, the scape was created by Radu, my friend and colleague at Tropica, a complete newcomer to the aquarium hobby. And the tank was actually originally used by Tice Treatment as part of Tropica Live, a YouTube live stream, probably about 16 months ago now. So Radu set this up completely by himself, no help from me. I did a little tinkering with it when we moved it from his apartment into the office. And as you can see, it's just growing in really well. I really love the mosses in particular. There's quite a few species of rarer Anubias, such as Anubias pinto, Anubias minicoin, and Anubias chili, which is a really tiny kind of sword-shaped leaf, all kind of mutations from the Anubias barteri family. The stem plants at the back, mainly Rotala, different Rotalas, those Rotala hra and Rotala rotundifolia. Floating plants there are Amazon frogbit or Limnobium laevigatum. Substrate is actually some Tropica soil topped off with sand, which isn't a technique that I normally recommend. But as you can see here, we're not seeing any problems. It doesn't seem any water changes. I think Radu's technique was just letting the water evaporate until he got fed up of hearing the surface agitation from the filter, which is a Biomaster 250. And then he would top it off, or do a water change and then top it up completely. The lighting is a bamboo from Wio. I think this model is discontinued, very similar to the Kessel. You can actually adjust the spectrum and the intensity with some adjustment dials on the top, and we're using a plug-in timer for about 8 hours, I think. Here you can see the Proserpinnica palustris on the left, a little bit of a red tinge. It does see some fertiliser. Tropica specialised a couple of pumps as and when Radu fancies doing it. It's a bit of a standing joke that this tank kind of thrives on neglect, but I think if you've got enough shrimp to keep the moss kind of clean and algae free, and you have enough plant growth to look after any nitrogen compounds, then you can achieve success quite surprisingly, like we said. I really love the shallow nature of this aquarium, and the fact that you can really see details quite easily, actually looking into the tank from the top. You can see a couple of the Anubia species, the chili on the right and then the pinto on the left. Cherry shrimp are breeding. I think Radu started off with just half a dozen or so, and now there's probably over 100 easily. Just showing you that the water quality is obviously good enough. Here's a shrimp grazing on the roots of a Amazon frogbit plant. Beautiful. And here we have a couple of other Rotalas, the Rotala hra on the right and then the rotundifolia on the left. You can see the distinct colours difference. Here's a Cryptocorynurii, which has got this very distinct coloration on it. Beautiful. And here we've got a load of the cherry shrimp and the Corydoras there. There's only a few of the Corys. It could probably do with a few more, really. Absolutely charming little fish, and help to keep the sand turned over to prevent excess algae growth building up. Here's a lovely end-on shot here. Good to see how many shrimp are there. We did put a little bit of food in just to kind of get them all out into the same place. Absolutely fascinating to witness. The tank's actually situated, like I said, in the marketing office, and there's a settee or a small sofa opposite where I'll often sit and just get distracted by this beautiful scape, making little tiny minor adjustments here and there as I feel necessary. And this is a beautiful view. I mean, the colours on this end look absolutely stunning, don't they? It reminds me of autumn with the oranges and the reds. Yeah, it's just a lovely tank, and it's really inspiring, and it's actually making me want to keep a shallow aquarium again. I've kept a couple over the years. Something really tempted to get into. Did actually think of having a large one at home and having it really deliberately really low down on the floor, so you really do get that kind of top-down enjoyment view, like you're looking into a small pool or a small pond. It just helps you engage with nature in a different way, I think, rather than looking right like a regular thing through the glass. You're actually looking through the water directly. Obviously, when you're looking through the top, some more Anubias there, and there's actually Schismatoglottis in the centre there, which you can use as an epiphyte or as a rooted plant. Here's the Weo bamboo, just adjusting the light there manually. As you can see, you can adjust the intensity quite easily, and then adjust the spectrum. I do quite like these point source lights. I think they do have their place, especially in more natural habitat style aquariums where you want to kind of replicate the sun a little bit more with the shimmer effect that many people love. Some people hate. It's all down to your own personal taste at the end of the day. And it's really great that so many manufacturers and suppliers can cater to so many different tastes now. Really are spoiled for choice, literally. Here we go, looking over the top of the tank. Interesting use of the gravel there, leading into the sand. Some more Anubias mini coin, some Physidans growing on the wood. The wood is absolutely immaculate. I think the shrimp must love grazing it. And then this is my typical seating position, just sat opposite the tank. Here I am chatting to Thomas, eating my packed lunch, which is a roast chicken I bought in the supermarket yesterday. So yeah, let me know what you think about shallow tanks. Have you got one? Have you ever owned one? You ever tempted to keep a shallow tank? I just think it's a really different vibe that you can experience, and really great to see success with low tech again, growing advanced plants and virtually algae free. It really does go against the common convention, and I think that's great.